I just wanted to be safe, but I was scared. Scared of my father and what he would do to my mother and siblings. So I stayed quiet for 5 long years. He wasn't alone. My father and his friends, strangers, hurt me again and again, and I was just a child. He threatened to kill us if I ever spoke, but I finally told my mother. She tried to save me. She filed a complaint, and for that, she was punished. A mother, beaten into dropping the complaint, not for justice, but to protect the family's so-called honor, then torn away from her daughter and sent to a psychiatric hospital, labeled crazy for defending her child. They tried to force the girl to say it was all a lie, a childish fantasy, but she held on to evidence, medical reports, scars they couldn't erase. Today, she pleads for help, for the president, for the world to hear her. But her voice, it still hasn't reached those who can protect her. She is no longer asking for silence. She is demanding justice. How many more voices must be buried before we finally listen? As a young Algerian woman, I need the world to hear what's happening here. Too many children are silenced, not by the abuser, but by society. Our schools don't teach children how to recognize danger. They don't teach them that it's okay to speak. Instead, we raise them to fear L3R, shame. Shame is used as a weapon to protect the criminal and destroy the victim. In many homes, when a child speaks, they're told to shut up. Don't ruin your sister's chance at marriage. Don't bring shame to the family. We'll handle it in silence. But silence is deadly. Covering up abuse is not tradition, it's complicity. When stories like hers go public, people rush to comment. Why did she speak on camera? Why did the mother allow her? Nobody asks. Why did the father do it? Why is he not in prison? This twisted sense of honor is costing lives. It protects monsters and punishes the innocent. We need school programs. We need safe spaces. We need to tell every child, you are not alone. It's not your fault. And most of all, we need to stop treating shame like it's more important than justice. Where is the outrage? Where are the voices demanding change? Why is a child sacrificed to preserve a family's so-called honor? This is a call to the world, to every mother, every sister, every human being with a conscience. If the law won't protect us, then let our voices break the silence. Let this story echo in every courtroom, every school, every home. We refuse to be quiet, not anymore. Why are we here? Isn't it to have a chance at life, to build a better society, to live in peace and spread love? Isn't our mission in this life to be a light for others, a source of hope for the next generation, a role model for our children? But what are we doing now? We are raising a generation afraid to speak, afraid to be rejected, a generation that no longer believes in justice, that sees goodness only through glass, a generation that breathes but doesn't live, that smiles but only feels emptiness inside. You took away their right to feel safe. You stole their purpose from life. You speak of freedom and equality, yet you're too afraid of society's judgment to defend your own children. Justice is not a choice, it's a right, and silence is a crime. Enough silence. The next generation deserves truth, not fear. This is not just the story of a child. This is the story of a hero, a girl named Eline, only 11 years old, who dared to rise against fear, against silence, against a system built to protect shame, not children. She stood alone, but with the courage of 1,000 voices. She faced her own family. She faced her society. She spoke when silence was expected. She demanded justice when no one else dared. What Eline did should make the world kneel, not out of pity, but in honor of her strength. This is not the time to stay silent. We, the people, must rise for her. We must carry her voice across borders, beyond fear, beyond shame. Let the world see that Algeria will not stay quiet in the face of another crime. Let the world know that this generation will not be silenced. To every child watching, to every girl who's afraid to speak, Eline fought for you. Her courage is your signal. You are not alone. You have the right to speak. You have the right to be heard. You are not your family's shame. You are your own light. Let us build a world where no child is punished for telling the truth. A world where bravery is not buried, but celebrated.